social enterprises, social entrepreneurship, and social entrepreneurs. Let us first start with an animation on social entrepreneurship.
Social entrepreneurship. It's like any other entrepreneurship where your product is placed on the market and profit is generated. However, the profit is not used exclusively to enlarge the wealth of the business's owner, but instead is reinvested in order to increase the quality of life and well-being of the entire community. Business success is also measured in terms of positive social and ecological impact. Suddenly, everything was clear to Mervyn, and he became a social entrepreneur. With his newly found business management knowledge, he is now able to successfully balance economic, social, and environmental goals. Social entrepreneurs identify social problems and use entrepreneurial skills to achieve positive changes such as environmental protection and conservation, job creation, meeting public, cultural, and health needs, the inclusion of the most vulnerable members of the community, and so on. With his example, Mervyn has shown us that changes are possible and that the power is in our hands.
On the other end, the EU Commission uses the term social enterprise to cover the following types of businesses. Companies which have a social or societal objective for the common good, who are often engaged in the form of a high level of social innovation. Profits made are usually reinvested in the social enterprise. The organization and ownership system uses democratic or participatory principles, focusing on social justice. We all know that masses living on this planet are faced with some major yet basic problems such as poverty, hunger, lack of education, or healthcare that needs to be tackled urgently. According to UN Poverty Report, there are more than 700 million people, or 10% of the global population, still living in extreme poverty, which means that they are surviving on less than $2 a day. Africa, with its roughly 1.4 billion population in 2021, is largely accounted in this group. Out of the total 7.8 billion people living on our planet in 2021, 4+ billion people are living in some form of poverty today. On the other hand, Sustainable Development Goals were put forward by UN in 2015 in a document titled the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Improving the lives of the poorest and most vulnerable, ensuring that no one is left behind, is an overarching theme of the Sustainable Development Goals. And goal number 1 has been stated as no poverty. Therefore, for delivering the SDGs, we first need to address poverty. But governments and philanthropy cannot always be sufficient in solving these big problems. That is where social enterprises come in the picture. Social entrepreneurs, on the other hand, provide goods and services for the market in an entrepreneurial and innovative way, and use profits to achieve social objectives. Social entrepreneurs make use of business concepts to tackle such social and environmental problems, which have a wide-scale impact across the planet. Entrepreneurship and innovations have long been recognized as vehicles for societal transformation. Apart from contributing to wealth creation, entrepreneurship is also considered to create new opportunities for socially disadvantaged groups and countries. As big gaps start emerging between the poorest and richest households or nations, and between the rural and urban areas, conflicts and violence start rising, which push countries further apart and people more towards deep poverty. Therefore, if we take steps towards closing this gap or divide between regions, countries, continents, our whole planet will start benefiting from sustainable growth, having positive social, environmental, and financial impact. Very briefly, let us now look at stakeholders in social enterprises. First comes social entrepreneurs. They start to work on a cause which they really care about deeply. They want to start a change in that specific area and continue their activities until they create scalable solutions. Therefore, they're usually risk-taking individuals who are not afraid to work on finding new solutions to traditional problems. They generally have a hands-on approach, tackling their diverse to-do lists, usually by themselves or with a core team, because they want to see their inspiration turn into a viable venture. They're innovative and resilient and do not give up easily. So, social entrepreneurs try to merge their passion on various social problems with their business-like discipline, innovation, and determination. Then we see social enterprise as an organization. They could be profit or non-profit oriented. Sometimes even hybrid models could be seen in the marketplace. Also, within the social entrepreneur ecosystem, there could be intermediaries providing resources, tools, and training as part of the broader community to support social entrepreneurs and their ventures. There are also funders. They help social enterprises to get ventures off the ground and to scale them up. Finally, we do see governments and international organizations such as the World Bank or United Nations or similar international organizations pursuing social entrepreneurship as drivers of innovation to solve complex social problems that countries face. You can find more information on funders and on government's role in one of our other knowledge clips titled Some Funding Possibilities for Social Enterprises.